So, into the Dell. They'll get back. It's pretty much single file through there, so they'll then have to form up again as they come through. Using the cone here. It's a thumbs up from pusher cart driver, pace cart driver Joe Richardson. It is Chris Dixon. Well done. Chris Dixon on pole position. Pietro Pagano, Harry Neal, Justin Buck on row 2. Jack Bolton, Stephen Scully, James Taylor, Mike Townley, Stuart Osborne and Martin Theodore, who's your top 10. It's a messy outside of the top 6. And it's Pietro Pagano, championship leader, has grabbed the lead. And he might be difficult to catch. I think they've all made it through. There's nobody off the road. We'll have to let them settle down. It'll be fairly frantic through Surtees and Matt Werters, and then onto the back straight they go. And it's Pagano, and he's leading from Harry Neal, who won, from Chris Dixon. So it's Pagano, Chris Dixon, Justin Buck. There's your race leader. Buck's grabbed second place from Dixon, Mike Townley, Martin Theodoro. Then it's Harry Neal as they come down the end of the lap, and Pietro Pagano is walking away with this one. Dixon goes back for second place, but it's late. Oh, and it's heavy contact, and they're going to be gobbling him up. Mike Townley's gone through. Harry Neal is pushing through Martin Theodoro, 3 wide, not quite into the hook. And Dixon sort of blown it there, and he's in a bit of a mess now. He's dropped in behind Jack Bolton. So it was looking good there for Chris Dixon for a while. But it's sort of fallen apart, and he'll have to fight hard for anything he gets now. It's Pietro Pagano leading from Justin Buck and Mike Townley. This is a 10-minute final. Effectively 10 minutes plus a lap. So Pagano leads. His gap was 1.2 seconds ahead of Justin Buck, Mike Townley, Harry Neal, Jack Bolton, Sean Hollingsworth. Stephen Scully's just driven by Martin Theodoro, who's had a bad couple of laps. And I'm afraid Frankie Hedges' day has gone. He was off in the heat. He was off in the second heat. He's now off in the final. It's just one of those days, Frankie. Don't quit. So down the back straight. Oh, where are we? There we are. Down the back straight. It's Pagano, and he's not getting away from Justin Buck. We've got a race on here. It was 1.2 seconds at the end of lap 1. It was only 0.6 of a second on the last lap. It looks as though Justin Buck might have a rocket ship here. And Pagano is in under pressure. Justin Buck to make a race of it. Got to go for it. Come on, Justin. Down the inside. And he's clean through. And he runs him out wide, and Townley's in for second. And Harry Neal could be in here for third. And Pietro Pagano's gone from first to fourth. Oh, somebody's off. It's Rob Moore. Must have gone off the last lap. So it's been a poor day for championship leader, or joint championship leader at the start of the day. Rob Moore off in the final. Pietro Pagano was leading it. He's the other joint championship leader. And now he rides in fourth place, or at least he was. It's Justin Buck leading out. Harry Neal, Mike Townley, Jack Bolton. Let's move through to fourth. Where is Pietro? Down in fifth. And I'm not sure if Pietro's got quite the cart. Certainly not the cart that Justin Buck's got. Oh, he's gone in deep, and he's handed it the lead to Harry Neal. Sloppy driving from Justin Buck there. Mike Townley moves on to his bumper, and Jack Bolton is trying to stay in touch in the early going here. Haven't seen much of James Taylor. He's down in 13th place, so he's had a bad start to this final. You miss a round and your momentum just goes. What's that about? So Harry Neal leads out of Chandler's. And time flies when you're having fun. We're already approaching halfway in this final. But it's Neal leading Buck, Townley, Bolton. And Bolton is just to say hanging in the slipstream of Mike Townley. Fifth place is Pagano, Hollingsworth, Dixon, Harrison Darville showing for perhaps the first time today, coming through in 8th place. James Martin and Jamie Pender round out the top 10, and then we have another battle beginning in 11th place with David Whitehouse, who's ahead of James Taylor, Darrell Lowe, Luke Hornsby, Stuart Osborne, Chris Penny. But we look for our leader. Where is he? As you don't want to particularly see Motorhome. There they are, on the back straight into the Dell, and Justin Buck is not finished with this final just yet. So it's Neil in 24, Buck in 25. Gap now to Townley, who's under pressure. Further back, Dixon looking to pick up spots from Sean Hollingsworth, and it looks as though Pietro's, having made a good start, just hasn't got the pace in this one. And I go wandering with the camera through the car park. Top quality. Top quality. Brrr, that breeze is chilly. And we could have some traffic in the way before the finish. But it's Harry Neal and Justin Buck edging clear. My camera work is all over the place. But it's been a good run through the back of the circuit for Harry Neal. He's grabbed a kart length or two. It was 0.2 of a second on the last lap. It's more than that now. Jack Bolton's just can't get close enough to pull the trigger. And Dixon still can't find a way past Sean Hollingsworth. And Hollingsworth once again gets a better run out of Raymond's, and he might be able to get through on Pagano this time. No, Pagano tips in over the top. And Harrison Darville is only able to follow. Looking for our race leader in second place. I think that's them there. It is. Neil's lead was 0.7 of a second. And I've got an awful feeling that Justin Buck may have handed this final with a mistake at Raymond's, running wide and letting Harry Neal grab that lead. He's stretching him. And Bolton is still waiting for an opportunity to pull the trigger on Mike Townley. The gap is 0.7 of a second. Another 10th to Harry Neal. And Hollingsworth has finally got past Pietro Pagano. Round Chandler's 0.7 of a second at the line on the last lap. Harry Neal is edging to a second back-to-back win in the Clubman class. He won last time out in the final, a first win, and now it looks as though he can't stop winning here at Llandow. Bolton beginning to get frustrated, trying to push Townley into mistake. Has he got enough momentum to get by him into the hook? He hasn't. Excuse me, I'm getting down to the bottom of another battery. I think we'll be all right. So we'll let the field sort itself out. So Harry Neal's lead was 1 second at the line on the last lap. This one looks as though it's in the bag for Harry Neal with 1 minute 20 left. 2 more laps, I reckon. Third place, Townley is holding off Jack Bolton. Hollingsworth is in 5th. Pagano, Darville, Dixon. Gap then to James Martin, bringing through in 9th place. Jamie Pender's your top 10. James Taylor, who had a bad start, is struggling to make any progress up the top 10. The lead was 1.1 seconds, so Buck has managed to peg Harry Neal at just over a second, but that will be enough. 44 seconds left. We're going to get another lap after this one. Looking for our race leader. It looks like more than a second now to me. No impression being made by Justin Buck. Harry Neal is heading for a second win of the season. Third place, Jack Bolton has gapped Mike Townley. Fifth place, Harry Neal is trying to drop Pietro Pagano, the championship leader. I think he might still be championship leader tonight. Harrison Darville has just gone by him, and Chris Dixon is still looking for a way by Pietro. The final lap board is out. 30 seconds from the finish. We're looking for a race leader. There he is. He's through Chandler's. It's only a mistake now that's going to cost him another win. Justin Buck is not close enough. Harry Neal is just a few hundred yards from the finish. He's looking over his shoulder. It's in the bag. Harry Neal is going to win. Justin Buck will be second. Jack Bolton, Mike Townley, no late moves apart from Vigano holding off Dixon. Might give James Martin a chance. It won't. Jamie Pender comes through in 10th. So your winner is Harry Neal. He won by 1.6 seconds ahead of Justin Buck and Jack Bolton, 4 seconds off the lead. Mike Townley was 4.5 seconds off the lead. Sean Hollingsworth made up the top 5. Harrison Darville, Pietro Pagano, Chris Dixon, James Martin, Jamie Pender made up the top 10. James Taylor finished in 11th, 10 seconds off the leader. David Whitehouse, Darrell Lowe, Luke Hornsby, Chris Penny, Miles Sharman, Stuart Osborne. Frankie Hedges had a terrible day and finished in 18th for his pains. Martin Theodoru, Stefan Scully and Rob Moore made up the top 21 finishers. And we now have the elite final to come, which should be a cracker. Please stick around. I don't believe it. The stream's gone again.